Hey guys, Trigger John coming at you with another Awaken Chaos Era video. So today's video, if you guys haven't noticed on my channel, we've been trying to reach out, do a lot more collaborations within the community with the other content creators. This video is no different than any of the others. I actually reached out to our good friend Oddone Gaming. For most of you who do not know Oddone Gaming, he is actually a Raid Shadow Legends content creator who dabbles in Awaken Chaos Era on the side, and I felt like it was a good time to go ahead, reach out to him. We did a collab where he was pulling some summons. He wasn't sure who he was going to get and what he was going to get. So he kind of brought me on there as like the expert to let him know, like, hey, these characters are going to be worth it. These characters won't be. And today's video is just going to be kind of a continuation of that video where we're just going to talk about where he is on the game, what kind of knowledge he's taken from Raid Shadow Legends applied to Awaken Chaos Era. Because I know a lot of people are coming from various other games and just talk in general about his account and progression and have a little bit of fun. So hope you guys enjoy the video and definitely stay tuned for the rest of it. Alrighty guys, I am joined with Oddone Gaming, a good friend of ours. For those of you who didn't see, I did a collab with Ivy a few days earlier. Now we are with the one and only Oddone Gaming, the vampire from Romania,
Yeah.
our good friend. Um, So, Odd One, for those of you who do not know Odd One and are kind of new to the channel, Odd One is actually a Raid Shadow Legends content creator. But being I'm such a good friend, I happened to get him addicted to Awaken Chaos Era, and now he's really been enjoying the game. So at this point, he kind of reached out. He's like, hey, we did a summoning video. Definitely go check out his channel to go see that summoning video. And now we're going to do like a mini coaching session right afterwards. That way he knows what to do with those champions and kind of just to get a general interaction. Because like I said, he's a Raid Shadow Legends content creator. So he knows the ins and outs of that game like no other. But when it comes to Ace, it's a slightly different feel to it. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to see what kind of a progression he's been doing, what kind of upgrades, what characters he's been focusing on. Let's see if he didn't apply some of that Raid Shadow Legends logic to this Awaken Chaos Era game.
Oh God.
All right.
Let's see if
So
it's good or bad.
that's right. Well, whoa. Hey, you know what? I'll be the judge. I'll let you know.
Oh God.
All right. So it looks like if we go into your achievements here, I wonder how many days have you been going, or how many days have you been playing? Do you know?
I think it's 40 days, 41.
40,
I have
40,
no idea
41
what to
days?
check.
Okay.
I have no idea what to check, honestly.
Yeah. So you're
Like
at
this is talking
38
38.
days.
Oh,
Looks like. So log in 40 days. So you're at 38 days. Okay. So definitely keep that in mind, guys, that he's 38 days in the game. Let's go ahead and let's pull up like your roster and we'll see where you're at on your roster.
mm,
All right. So we have Odd One. Now you started off with the Vera, correct?
yes, yes.
Okay. And for those that did not see the video that we just did, who did you just get on a summon?
I don't know. Maybe another Evira. Maybe not. I don't know.
maybe another one. All right,
Maybe
all
another
right.
one.
So that's awesome. So that's going to put you up to the A2 Ascension for Avera, which is going to be helpful for that defensive down, as well as, I mean, it's a 50% chance to expend all the rages as well. So that's going to help you, because what that means is basically you don't have to always wait until the max 4 rages to expend them.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess they're
Okay.
more RNG to do more damage. Okay.
Okay, that sounds good.
So, but since we're on the topic of Avera, let's go ahead. Let's see what you have your Avera in as far as gear and
Hey,
stats.
hey.
That's
I plead
okay.
the fifth. I plead the
But-
fifth.
Okay. All right. All right. So it looks like attack wise, we're at 3,400, 10k HP. Defense is decent. Crit rate, I mean, you're almost at 100%. So, which
Yeah.
tells me that's a good sign. Because a lot of people kind of like, when they come from other gacha games, they don't understand that you really do need to focus and prioritize that crit rate, right? Obviously, that's something you know, and you understand that it's okay to have a low crit damage as long as you get that crit rate, and your attack isn't terrible.
Yeah,
So
it's kind of shameful because in raid, I always say to people, 100% crit rate, always crit crap, and then there's me doing this.
exactly. It looks like your glyphs, you prioritize getting your glyphs done. You've got her abilities done, which is great. Yeah, so you're doing pretty good. I think the biggest thing that I'm noticing that a lot of people are doing coming over from Raid Shadow Legends into Awaken Chaos Era is you're prioritizing these speed boosts a little too much. So in this
Yeah.
game, your speed is not nearly as impactful as it is in Raid.
Mhm. I think what I did here is before I had attack percent boots on her,
Hmm.
but she was so much slower, and I would, because I'm progressing a lot in adventure and certain dungeons, I noticed that she doesn't get a chance to go, and so many times she gets killed before she goes.
Okay.
So for
Yeah.
that reason, because I didn't focus too much on some of the skill, I just said, okay, let me put her in those speed boots for now up until I get better gear, because
Yeah.
it's like gear seems to be my issue and gearing. Like I'm trying to learn, but it's like so much to look
It
at the
is
gear.
gear. Yeah, gear is very hard to get in this game and very impactful, obviously. So speaking of gear, let's go ahead and let's go into a tangent here on what dungeons you can do. Because as I'm looking through your account here, I kind of noticed you have Rodira, you got her somewhat built up. You got the
Hmm.
hacker, and you've already 5-starred. You got the Santis at 4-star here. Obviously, you know you're building these three, and then you have the Zatlux, and you did just pull a Zatlux today on our summons
Yep.
before this video. So that gets you even closer to getting him to A2. So let's go ahead and let's pull up your dungeons, and I'll give you some quick recommendations here.
Okay.
So I see Queen of Tides. You're at level 9 here on Queen of Tides. So that means you've been trying it. You've been trying to progress.
Yeah, 8 I can
So
auto it, fun enough, with this team.
that's
Hackrin
fine.
has no gear. Hackrin has no gear. And I can
Hey,
auto 8. I'm trying.
it happens to the best of us. It happens to the best of us. But you do have, okay, so it looks like you were trying out Brand, Hacker, and William and Avera. I like your style here. I like what you're thinking. So you got the attack up, defense up from Brand, which then synergizes with the Hackrin, with the HP up and the defense boost that gets shared. You got the William for the counter attack and the attack up percent. And then Avera coming in and doing your damage because the Queen of Tides is water element. I really like the synergy that you kind of applied here from like raid, right? Because I mean that's the biggest
Hmm.
thing is like you always want to make sure your teams are really synergized correctly. So I
Yeah,
like your thought on this.
it's basics. Drop defense, increase attack, nuke. And then like
Exactly.
that's what I
Yep.
tried.
And it got you decently far. I mean, you made it to what, level 8? Is this the
Yeah,
team you
8
used
I
to?
can
Okay.
auto it. On 8 I can auto it. I didn't push further to 9 because
Yeah.
I feel like I needed to get more and more champions to have several options for dungeons
Yeah.
and other areas.
So that's what we're going to talk about here is if we go and hit this tab, I feel like the best team for you, honestly, and then we'll just go all the way to 12 because let's try to just build one
Okay.
team that does it all for you. You
Yeah, sure.
have Rodira, and you have Hackrin, you have Azatlux. This team 5 here, with Rodira, Santis, Hackrin, and Zatlux is going to be probably the easiest team for you to build.
Hmm.
So I would definitely highly recommend that you really focus on getting these characters up. And it looks like if we go back into your account here, you have them. You've already targeted these
All of
guys.
them.
You already
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
you have them. You know you've been building them. Obviously, you got to get, Santis is almost done with her glyphs, but you got to get her
Hmm.
abilities done, which won't take you too awful long. And then you got Rodira here. You got her abilities done. Her glyphs are almost there. You need to do just a little bit more to get her glyphs up. So you're
Hmm.
very very close with that team. Obviously, Hackrin, poor naked
I
Hackrin.
pushed him. Yeah, I didn't use it, but his abilities are done as well.
Yes,
I focused a lot on abilities because it seemed it was really
yes.
easy. And with the last event that we had, obviously I farmed
Oh
it so I
yeah,
could push. I didn't, like I said, I didn't focus too much on gearing because it's not my forte. So
yeah.
that's why
Oh, which is
I
totally
wanted to
fine.
leave it to the side. Just focus on stuff I know I can
Yeah.
do. Abilities, glyphs, easy to do. When it comes to gearing,
And
well,
that's
that's.
Yeah. And that's the easiest way to progress too. So you've done a good job with that because like on my free to play, for example, I've made it about as far on the adventure mythic side as you have.
Hmm.
And I have next to no gear on that account. I have next to no
Okay.
gear. I'm stuck at chapter 6 on that account. You made it all the way to 7 here. And you took the same kind of approach as I did, where you really focused on getting your abilities and your glyphs done. And I don't know, maybe you watched some of the videos, maybe you didn't, but that's one of the biggest things I harp about. So you've actually done a really good job at really prioritizing getting your glyphs and your abilities done on your characters because they give you so many stats that the gear, yes, and that astronomically boosts them up, right? But without that, without having those glyphs and those abilities done, you never know exactly what kind of stats you're going to be.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. If you max your glyphs, you know, okay, this is my base. But if you put the
Mm-hmm.
gear and then max your glyphs, you can, I don't know, go overkill on the crit rate, as I've seen. Like I had my Vera before I rebuilt her. I
Yep.
had her with like 100% crit rate. After I finished her, she went over, like she had 105 or something like that. I was like, okay, what happened? Like there was
Yep.
something that changed. Oh, so that's the one. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if you wanna, I think like this is the best approach. Like
Yep.
before you start gearing somebody, just max the glyphs if you know you're gonna use them, and then start doing the other stuff.
Exactly. The glyphs definitely help like lower the required amount of gear to get the
Mm-hmm.
stats you desire, right? I
Yeah.
mean, we have like these two right here are speed
Oh
glyphs,
shit.
right? That are plus 10
Okay.
speed. That's 20 speed right here, which
Yeah.
is almost half of a 6-star speed boot.
Mm-hmm.
6-star speed boot, I think, is 50 speed, and this is 20
Okay.
speed just from these two. So I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you've essentially almost equipped it a 6-star piece of gear just by doing like two
Oh,
glyphs.
nice.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I love your approach there, and I love your thought process on it because that's going to help you a lot in the forward progress. So it's definitely something great that you
Mm-hmm.
brought over from Raid, as far as just being able to look at things and kind of break it down.
Yeah.
But yeah, gear wise and people wise, you have the correct champions here, and I'm glad to see you got William at 60, Brand at 60. Now William
Yeah.
isn't one of them that has to go to 60, neither does Brand. But we both know that with their abilities, it's really nice to have
Might as
them.
well. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And obviously, we do have that hero promotion event. Which have you done that yet, or are you gonna?
I've started it. I was
Okay.
waiting for this to decide on okay, who's gonna be my next one.
Oh, nice.
I
So
just
this is
made
actually
Zatlux
perfect.
today. I just
Yep.
put him to 6-star. I think he's 6-star, just not maxed. Yeah.
Yes. Correct.
Just 6-star. I was waiting. Okay, let me see who's gonna be the next one. I waited for you. I mentioned in the
Nice.
previous video that we did together at the top. I did go against what you said, but I felt that you really helped me a lot. And I 6-star my Zachary. I had so many of him. I said, let me 6-star him. Let me fully ascend him. Budget. It's
Yep.
like
Yep.
I
Now
like him.
here's the
I don't know.
question: do you still use your Zachary?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, that's good. That's good.
He's sort of like my finisher, I guess. Like when
Okay.
Ivira doesn't like fully one shot, he just comes
Yeah.
with his is it the trait? What's the first thing? The trait, right?
That Zachary does here.
That one, that's awesome. Chaos Slaughter, I love it. Like
Yes.
he kills everybody basically. If Ivira takes the low, he just comes and kills everyone. Kills one, procs it again. Kills one, procs it again. I just love it. I know.
Yeah.
I love Zachary.
He does do okay, but yeah, he does. His damage really starts to fall off. But now that you have Nathalia, that's going to be a huge one for your account. Nathalia right here, even
Yeah.
unascended at Nathalia,
Mhm.
she can just do so much damage because every one of her abilities gives her the chance to be an AoE ability. As long as you have a positive effect on her. Obviously, you knew
Mhm.
to focus on William, you knew to focus on Brand. So bringing in Nathalia is going to pretty much wipe out that Zach for the most part because she
I have
has the
somebody else that I think you mentioned to me that
yep.
might be good with her. I think I have a Winstrix. I think we didn't notice her yet, but I have her.
Yes,
There
you have
she
a
is.
Winstrix as well. She is amazing as well. She's going to be great synergy. Her and Brand both. Mainly because
Okay.
Winstrix, you can make Winstrix go super fast. And
Mm-hmm.
then you use this ability here, which gives you the speed up 2 and the attack
Plus
up. So this
50.
makes everyone go faster, which catches everybody
Yeah.
up. Plus the attack is plus 30%. That gives
Mm-hmm.
you 2 buffs, which those 2 buffs then get applied to Nathalia. So if you read Nathalia here, even her passive ability, or her A2 for lack of a
Yeah.
better words, gives her attack up and immune. So if you have a
Mm-hmm.
Winstrix, this gives her 3 buffs. That 3 buffs
Okay.
then goes to a passive, which adds 3 additional targets to her each of her abilities,
Oh, okay.
which makes her an
That's
AoE
nice.
damage dealer.
Would
The nice thing,
Brand's shield count as a
yes,
buff?
it does. Brand Shield
Okay.
also counts as a buff. So if you have that, that gives you all 4 buffs. And she
Mm-hmm.
does cap out at 4 buffs as far as the damage, so she can go up
Yeah.
to 40% damage increase.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, with like a Winstrix, a Brand, plus their passive ability, yeah, she's easily 240% on her ultimate. As long as she gets a kill, it resets the cooldown, and she gets to go
Ooh,
like, you know what I mean? Like, see, she can always keep her ultimate up as long as you get a kill.
damn. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I guess I really need to try and focus and get that. I think I have one of those. What's it called for the Ascensions?
Oh, you have an
Uh,
Arcana?
Yeah, I think I have an Arcana, and I was thinking like I didn't use it because
Yes, you do.
I always heard like, yep, I should do it on her. But where
Yep.
else can I get something like that, for example? Like
For the
unless I pull
Arcanas,
the champion, yeah.
yeah. So there's a couple of different ways to get the Arcanas, which are going to be impactful to your account. So one of them is going to be your trial shops. So I don't know how much you like playing in
Yeah.
the endless trial. A lot of us do not
Ever.
like playing in the endless trial, as
It's
he shakes
long.
his head.
It's long. It takes a
It
while.
is.
Like I think the last one I did was level 40.
Yeah.
So
Would you dare to say it's endless?
it's endless. Yes, to me it looks like it can be endless for sure.
Oh man. But yeah,
No.
so the Soul Arcanas definitely make a big difference. And you can get these. This resets, I think, what, every month it resets.
Mhm.
But or no, sorry, every week this resets. So by doing your endless trials and doing them every time, I think it takes 2 or 3 weeks to get enough of them to go ahead and get
Okay.
the Soul Arcana. That's kind of worth it because that's about the only thing you're really going to be buying in this shop, other than
Yeah.
honestly meal coupons. Meal coupons are huge.
Yeah, I
Um,
know. I always run out of them.
yep, and I think
I
that's really it for the epic Soul
Oh,
Arcanas. Yep, that's it.
damn! I really need
Oh,
that.
yep, makes a big difference. But also make sure you burn
Oh.
through your green units here for these advanced summoning crystals too, because hopefully you can just keep pulling them and you won't need those advanced Arcanas
Yeah,
anymore.
true. Yeah, I need
But
to. I need to do the rest of them. Those. I didn't have that many because we had that event and
yep.
nobody farmed the adventure mode when we had that event going, the Fire Slam. But now
Oh
I
yeah,
think I'm stocked up at I think I have 600 of those, so I can pop them and clean them up. Yep,
that's awesome.
658. Yeah.
Oh yeah, 658. Yeah,
You
that
can
definitely
see I
helps.
love Arena, right? You can see I love Arena.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah, actually, hey, you know what? That's one thing that I think I am terrible about. And as you can see here, you've done a really good job of you are getting your 50 diamonds every day,
Yep, free stuff.
which is huge. Yeah, that's definitely a very good advice. It's funny actually, that was the number one piece of advice that Ivy gave. So
Hmm.
look at you already on top of it. You didn't even have to listen to
Free
her.
gems. It's free gems. It's like that's the thing. I don't remember if I heard it to somebody or just thought okay, these are easy battles. Plus, I do that always for my quests daily. So
Right.
it's if I can just quit, if I can finish it by doing the training ones, might as well do all five because they're
Yep.
quick and it's free diamonds, not gems. Sorry, free diamonds.
So how often do you check this market? So another thing I'm kind of
Uh,
noticing.
at least 2 or 3 times a day. Like because I know it
Okay.
refreshes every 6 hours.
Yep.
And I buy it out the top ones, and then gear. Obviously, I try to look for maybe gear. I might buy something that might be bad or might be good, but I buy it with a raid logic.
Yeah.
For example, I would
Exactly.
look at this one. I'm not sure I would buy it.
No, this would be an easy
No.
pass.
I
So,
would
but
look at
yeah.
the 5-star one, Everest Blade as well. I would
Yep.
not buy it because it doesn't
Right.
have offensive stats, I guess, right?
Exactly, especially because you're pairing it with an Avarice set. So yeah, no,
Mm-hmm,
that's
mm-hmm.
definitely a good call there. But yeah, overall, it looks like you're doing really good. And focusing is going to be pretty good. So you already have your Queen of Tides team. You've got them all
Okay.
pulled, and you just got you got to get these basically these four clustered right here. You got to get these guys definitely upgraded to get your Queen
Okay.
of Tides team. That'll be a very easy one for you to get done.
Mm-hmm.
And
Do I
then the
need them
other
all
thing
60 or how is it?
you don't have to have them 60. So here's the
Okay.
thing, a little tidbit of information that I think a lot of people kind of miss out on. That looks the speed needs to be above what is it, 248, I think? Or
What?
148, sorry,
Oh
148
god.
speed.
I
Yeah,
cannot
not
get that on my
248.
fastest champ. What?
Yeah, he's got to be 148 speed, and that's just so that way he can beat the waves. The waves are at 147. So he's using
Okay.
Queen of Tides to kill the waves. So you want to
Okay.
get him up there. His crit damage is going to be about 200% plus.
Hmm.
That will allow him to clear the waves and then get you to the last round. Then on the last round, obviously you want to put as much defense and HP on Hackern as possible. That way he transfers over that defense.
Hmm.
And then the other thing to keep in mind is Rodira would be your healer. She needs to have her glyphs
Okay.
done, and all of
Yeah.
her healing scales off of this character's max health. So you need to
Okay.
keep that in mind, that she needs as much health as possible, because sometimes people fail those runs because what
Hmm.
happens is their healer cannot heal Santis back up. So Santis
Yeah.
dies
Okay.
because she just doesn't get the heals.
Okay.
And in this composition, you have Rodira is strong element against the witch. That looks a
Yeah.
strong element against the witch, so they need less defense.
Okay.
Whereas Santis is equal element, so you need to make sure that her
Yeah.
stats are a little higher than both Rodira and Zatlux, just so that way she really can go the distance and survive. But yeah, and you don't
Mm.
really need to do like you want to get her A1 ability here.
Okay.
You want to try to get that one up a little bit, but she all of her damage is going to come straight from her poisons.
I always max it. Like if I can
Yeah,
just farm it all and max it, because why not?
yeah. But yeah, and you
But
don't even need
also,
to use her ultimate on this one. It's not the end of the
okay.
world. You can use just her single target, and then you'll hit the right ad, and then you'll hit the
Hmm.
center ad. and then it'll
Yeah, I
just
know
be
there's like a
using it.
little preset thing at the top
Yeah.
that you can choose on auto. But could you choose on auto to like lock her ultimate to not use it?
Yes, you can. There.
Okay, never knew that.
Yep. Okay, let's do a quick. Let's find a
Yeah,
quick
let's check
adventure
once.
mode
Yeah,
battle, and I'll show you.
this is why I needed you in here because I wanted you to show me that.
Yeah.
Because
So let's go
like
find.
I
Let's go
keep
do a
learning
chapter
new
one.
things.
Quick. This should be a pretty
Okay.
quick run. Battle. Sure, that should be a fine team. So what you'll do is when you hit start here, you'll wait. Wait. All right.
Okay.
And then if you hit auto, as soon as you hit auto, notice at the
Yeah.
bottom right, see this
Yeah.
toggle? That
Okay.
is turning on and off their ultimate abilities.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you lock them to
Okay.
either doing their A1 or all of their abilities. So now that I have, like, for example, Williams toggled off here, he will only do
Okay.
his A1 the rest of this battle.
Oh, I see.
Does that make sense? So you could
Yeah, so
turn
does that
everybody's.
carry on? Does that
Yep,
carry on as like multi-battle?
it does. It does. And actually,
Oh,
it'll
okay.
remember your selection the next time you use that character.
Oh, okay,
So,
okay.
for
That's
example,
good.
I use Santis and Ash Magisteria as well as Queen of Tides, and I just turn off her
Mm-hmm.
ultimate, and it remembers it for both.
Okay.
So, and then you can
That's
turn
good.
them back on here, and there you go. But obviously, if you take auto off, this disappears. But yeah, on multi battle, you can select each ability just by toggling them on and off. It's super
Oh,
simple.
okay. Okay, that's good. I didn't know that. And since we were talking about Santos, and you said about that most of our damage comes from the A1 and the poison, does that mean I don't actually need to get damage on her? Just get her to survive
No,
and
no,
do
you're just
damage
gonna
from the
get
poison?
her. You're just gonna get her HP and focus percent. That's really about it. A little bit
Oh,
of
okay.
defense if you can.
Mm-hmm.
Try to shoot for like 1500 defense or so. That's a pretty good defense number for Santis.
Okay.
And then HP, you're going to want to try to go anywhere between the 10 to 15k HP at least. Obviously, the higher the HP, the more survivability she'll have in the Queen of
Yeah.
Tides.
Yeah.
And then Rodira definitely needs HP to do the heals. I would
True.
prioritize getting her about at least 13k HP minimum,
Mm-hmm.
1k defense, and 1k defense is okay as well in Zatlux. So
Yeah.
definitely, as long as you prioritize that, it'll definitely help you getting the fast progression and getting the Queen of Tides done very quickly.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that sounds good. That sounds
Yep.
good.
And then one other little tidbit of advice here, because you already have these characters and you're doing a good job with that, is once you get some speed pieces, you have Ice Wolf, which is going to be all the way down here.
Okay.
You want to level him up to like level 3, maybe
Okay.
level 4. Or when I say level 4, I mean 4-star. Sorry, but
Oh,
he
sorry.
does
Yeah.
not need any stats, so don't do any glyphs, don't do any of that.
Okay.
What you're gonna want to do is you're just going to have him go fast because you can do the Ice Wolf comp for Ash Magisteria now that you
Okay.
have your lovely, lovely girl
Nathalia.
Nathalia.
Hey,
So
girl.
exactly. So especially if you decide to push those endless trials and you get that other Arcana and you get her second ascended,
Mm-hmm.
she does not have to be second ascended for this to work, but
Okay.
you get her glyphs all the way up, you get her geared correctly, you get her abilities done. She
Yep.
is going to be a massive carry for Ash for you. So if we actually go into the Ash here, I can show you. This is one of the highest rated comps, and it's actually a good friend of ours, Andy NSG, that came up with it. As you can see
Okay.
here, at the top most used common thing is going to be Mary, Ice Wolf,
Damn.
Nathalia, and Santis. I would definitely prioritize getting Mary up.
Mm-hmm.
And then yeah, once you get Mary up and your Nathalia built, your Ice Wolf or your Ash Magisteria comp is done. Super simple, very quick to build.
That's awesome. Yeah, because Santis I will have built for the Queen of Tides anyway as well.
Exactly. Yeah, you're already gonna have her built.
Mm-hmm.
Nathalia, you're gonna build anyways because she's just an amazing
Yeah.
character.
Yeah.
Mary, obviously, Mary.
Yeah.
She's not
Yeah.
terrible. She has an invincible ability that she puts on, and the Ice Wolf is just a common. Like you're just gonna randomly come by this guy. So as far as free to
True.
play
True.
friendly goes, this is definitely one of the better free to play friendly comps, especially for Ash.
Yeah, that's awesome. Normally you would expect like see all the legendaries and all that. And
Yeah,
then you come into this and you see one common and an elite or rare that's
yeah,
going in there and just smashes it.
exactly. It's funny. You don't have to have Legos in this game to really make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why I like enjoy it. And I don't have to if you grind more, you progress maybe a little bit faster, but you can passively grind it. I mean, you have infinite multi battles. That's what I like. It's only
Exactly.
10, But you just put 10, do it in the background, work on what you have, then come back, put to do another 10. If you want to grind, you have the Void Doom Tower, you have the Endless
Yep.
Trial, so it has options for whatever, basically. I mean,
Exactly.
my account, what you see on my account now, is mostly from me passively grinding it in the background. Do my
Yep.
dailies and then I grind stuff in the background, and this is what I got to. So, yay!
Yeah,
One
no, it
thing,
makes a big difference. That's a good point.
yeah, I need to do that. I just got there today. I get to 17, I think, or 18 max, like
Okay.
depending on
Yep.
affinity. But I think you mentioned this to me when I don't think it was in one of the videos, but you mentioned to me that affinity is really important in this.
Yes, element matchup is
Yeah,
massive.
elements, yeah. So I
So,
definitely need more options because I have only like 5 champions that are 6-star. So
yep. Yeah, by diversifying your element, you're definitely doing a lot more
Element.
damage because it's about a 50% damage increase and 50%
Ooh,
damage mitigation.
oh god.
So
No
it's
wonder.
very significant to play the elements.
No wonder the wood one is so bad for me. It's my worst one. 'Cause the
Yes.
top team is my team, the team I use.
Yep. And actually, so and you have kind of a hidden gem too, though, because you have
Mm,
Jacob and Scarlet. These
mhm.
two paired with Rodira and Hakron will
Okay.
probably easily get you to chest 20.
Okay. I heard something about Antinua. Somebody told Ivy
She
about
is,
Antinua.
yes, Antinua is a god
On the
for the wood element guild
Okay.
boss. So she's going to
Mm,
be super impactful for your wood guild boss. And then the way Jacob and Scarlet work,
yeah.
because they synergize together with their joint attacks, they
Mm-hmm.
will easily put you up on the guild boss for the wood element, which is what we have now. So just by building
Okay.
those two guys with Antinua, that gives you your wood and your water one. And even on the water one, what you're going to bring in is you're going to bring in a Hakron, a
Okay.
William, a Rodira, and Antinua, and that'll also get you to the chest 20. No problem.
Oh, okay. Okay. So
So
what would you recommend to me? Because the basic focus that I put in this game was when I started, just like in Raid, I started with the campaign, which is adventure. So I started with the adventure first.
yeah,
As you see, I progressed. I started building some of the champions. What would you recommend me to focus on next? Is it the banker, like the guild boss, or should I focus more on doing the dungeons?
definitely the dungeon. So I would definitely take, since you
Okay.
already have most of this team built, I recommend
Mm-hmm.
everybody go and do Queen of Tides. And the reason being is I did release a video that talks about the sets and the
Okay.
importance of them. And Ash Magisteria actually has the better overall sets in it as far as the tier list
Okay.
goes. But as far as overall just progressional gear, this
Mm-hmm.
warrior set, curse set, and revival set are super astronomically easy to get and impactful because not a one of these sets is bad.
Yeah.
Revival is great, especially for different comps for farming. Curse set, I mean, it's just another chance for someone to do their A1 ability. That's very
Yeah.
good for your poisoners, for your impactful A1 users. And then
Mm-hmm.
this warrior set is, I mean, it's warrior set, right? It kind of speaks
Yeah.
for itself.
Straight
It's
up
plus
damage.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's just straight up plus 15% attack. So
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely focus on doing your Queen of Tides because you already have the characters built and you have them leveled up fairly high. I would do that, push all the way to 12 here, and then as soon as you do that, you should be able to hop right over to Ash and then kind of passively get that Mary and that Ice Wolf built correctly. And once you
Okay.
get that
Okay.
done, then you can jump over here in Ash. This will give you all of your speed gear and then your avarice gear for like your
Oh
Avera.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then once you can free up Avera's gear, then you can use Avera's gear on anyone else and kind of help you just
True.
balance everyone out.
Yeah,
That would
because I
be
noticed
my
in
biggest
this game,
difference.
like gear stuff is really hard. Like you get lots of gear,
Yep,
but it seems like the stuff to advance to level up the gear is kind of scarce. Like
it
there's
is.
no
It is.
actual place to farm it apart from endless trial. That's
Yeah.
endless, basically.
That is in fact
Yeah,
endless. Yeah,
exactly.
and then even then, so the one thing I do like too though is like so this 5-star gear you get in here weights
Yeah.
just as much as legendary.
Okay.
So you can have a gray common piece of gear that's a five
Mm-hmm.
star or a 4-star, and it equals the same amount of experience as a legendary piece.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't
That's
matter.
awesome.
So this game, it does not matter if you're using a legendary or if you're using an epic piece of gear. It's all the same, which is great. But the other part of that is because of that, you can use farming for glyphs to upgrade other pieces of gear for a minute, and then just don't take anything above 12.
Yeah,
I
you should try to take 6 to 6, 9 to see what I mean, I think I have a lot. I don't know if you can look through that or how it shows, but I think I have lots of it. I don't know
Lot
how
of
to
what?
check it to like see. I have a lot of like gear
Yeah. Oh,
overall.
oh, total gear. You
Yeah,
totally have a current amount of gear. You only have 628 pieces of gear.
that's only. That's only. I
Yes.
thought that was a lot.
It goes up to 3K.
Oh, okay, so that yeah, true.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Then I
Mine
only
sits
have.
about 2,800.
Oh god,
Yeah, it gets insane.
don't you ever sell it? Gear plans,
You
gear
feed,
plans.
yeah, I feed it into other pieces of gear constantly, but it never
True.
fails. I'm always grinding, always grinding.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
Oh,
mean, so looking here, you got a few pieces of gear here are 15. So I don't know if you're aware of this, but to make a 15 piece of gear, you can actually make 3 other 12-star pieces of gear before you make a 15.
oh.
Yeah.
I did this for there was an event of upgrade gear. I it said lots of points. I was like, yes, go all in. Yes, points. Elvira gonna smack. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
that's what
yeah,
happened. Oh, I have quite a few. I just see now. Oh my god. Okay, so don't take to unless
yeah.
it's godlike. Don't take to 15. Oh yeah.
Exactly. Just take it to 12. I just recently doubled all of my 15s on my account, but that's because of the Fire Slam event. But up until that
Yeah.
Fire Slam event, I only had 1.5 rows that were 15, and I'm in game.
Can you look to see like did I choose bad ones or good ones? I mean, to be fair, you
Let's
don't know
see.
the other options, but let's see. That one's bad, that's for sure. It's a ring. That's why crit rate. Only good
Yeah,
options I
it's crit
had.
rate ring. So anything that's a 5-star should never go to 15.
Okay. Now I
Um,
know.
yeah, and this one had potential. The double flat,
Yeah.
obviously, that killed you. But
Yeah.
overall, not terrible. Not terrible for starting out. But yeah,
Okay.
all these 5-stars are instantly a rip. Like, never take a green piece of gear to 15 because you only start off with
Yeah.
the one. A blue to 15 is kind of okay. But yeah, the other one's not so much. This Raider piece is pretty good with the double focus here. That's good.
Yep.
Crit damage does not help you at all with this one. Flat attack obviously doesn't help you, but this isn't terrible. Definitely good to have just at 12. But yeah, overall, I mean, I understand why you took them up there, but yeah, just
Mhm.
moving forward, definitely don't want to waste a lot of your resources to get
Okay,
plus
so
15 on the gear.
just 12, it's good for now because it's better to
Yeah,
have more level at 12 and have more options than have one at 15 and
exactly.
off, basically off roll at the end. And
Yep.
then you cry in your milk after that.
Exactly, exactly. But yeah,
Okay,
overall,
that's
man,
good stuff.
it's not been bad. Yeah, I mean, I couldn't really roast your account other than the gear. But that's not bad.
I'm
You definitely can tell you're bringing over your Raid Shadow Legends knowledge over to Awaken Chaos Era here, which is great. I'm glad to see it. It sounds like you've been
yeah.
enjoying the game. Obviously, I don't think you'd have me on your account if you weren't actually enjoying the game and didn't want to progress in it.
Yeah, it's
So
fun. It's fun. It's a good, back game to say so. Like,
yeah,
I've raid as my main thing, but to have to relax in the background, like if I miss a day of playing it, I'm not gonna be annoyed with myself.
right.
Whereas raid is like a full-time job, 'cause. But
It really is.
it's and it feels this is another thing that the way that I see it, and going, let's say, in a business point of view, because this is my full-time job, trying to be a content creator. So
Hmm.
I'm trying to learn about this game in the background because I see it has huge potential from my point of view. Like it even has the potential of like taking over this genre, honestly. Like
Yeah,
if they do things right, if the people from Ace do things right, like I don't know, launch enough champions, do enough updates, do enough, balancing stuff, and listen to the community, it can actually be a big competition to reach other legends. That's how I see it, and that's the reason why I'm playing it in background. I want to learn about it because you never know. With like because it's
yep.
a full-time job for me being content creator, you never know. So it's good to have a backup of this one. So God forbid something happens, I can flip over and. But at the end of the day, I really enjoy the game. It's like same thing as Raid. I enjoy the game, and I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep playing and see where this goes.
Awesome. Yeah, no, I'm glad to hear it, man. I can't wait. Maybe we'll see a second channel from yours grow, and if not, we'll definitely have you back
Yeah.
on the channel for some collabs later on and some discussions here and there. So
I would appreciate it, and thank you for all the coaching. This helps me a lot. I know at least what to focus on. Had
yeah.
slight idea, but it's better to listen, get the information itself from the person that actually knows what they're doing.
I appreciate you giving me that vote of confidence, man. I appreciate it.
Always,
Um,
always. I trust you,
and
bro. I
yeah.
trust you.
Well, thank you so much for coming on my channel and letting me give you a little bit of a coaching session here after our little
Thank you.
collab for the summoning here.
Yeah, thank you
And
for having
I
me.
hope you got a lot of good takeaways here. Hopefully, you got a little bit
Yes,
more information that'll help you
definitely
kind
learned.
of grow.
Yeah,
Awesome,
definitely
awesome.
learned a lot. I learned a lot. Now I know what to focus on, especially the gear was the biggest one. Like now I know not to waste resources on that one.
That's all
So
right. It's all
thanks.
right. Everyone's got to have that little those growing pains. But
True, true.
real quick before we wrap it up, you want to let everybody know where they can find you? You got YouTube, Twitch, Insta. What social
Yeah,
platforms are you on?
with the social platforms, I have my YouTube channel, which is mainly Raid Shadow Legends channel,
Okay.
but I started posting, summons for now, and who knows, later if I grow and I see, people like the content and it grows more and more, I might make a second channel, like you said,
Okay.
for Awaken Chaos Era myself. At the same time, I stream on Twitch, so I stream 4 times a week, but at the moment, I only stream Raid, but who knows, maybe I'm gonna have it like one day a week, I might have Ace. If I like
That's
this
fair.
more and more and I see that it helps, why not? Share the love with other games, not just Raid, basically.
That's fair. That's fair. I will definitely put the comments down below in both the description and in the pinned comment, guys, to go ahead and go follow Oddone Gaming. Like I said at the very
Thank you.
beginning, he's a good friend of ours, good friend of the community. So definitely want to go check him out.
Thanks,
But
thanks,
yeah, I
buddy.
think that's it, brother. So
Yeah,
I will
thank you
bid
again.
you adieu, and thank you so much
Yes,
for coming on the channel.
thanks for having
Appreciate
me.
you. All right.
Okay,
We'll catch you guys at the next one.
bye.
Peace.